In 1932, Australia faced an unexpected and rather peculiar enemy. The country, still recovering from the Great Depression, was suddenly besieged by a formidable foe that no one saw coming. This enemy was not a foreign army or a natural disaster, but a large, flightless bird, the emu. These emus, numbering around 20,000, descended upon the farmlands of Western Australia, causing chaos and destruction wherever they went. The emus, with their insatiable appetites, began to ravage the crops, leaving the farmers in despair. The situation quickly escalated, and the farmers, desperate to save their livelihoods, turned to the government for help.
We were at our wits' end. The emus were everywhere, eating everything in sight. Our crops were being destroyed, and we didn't know what to do. We needed help, and fast.
The government, in response to the farmers' pleas, decided to take drastic measures. They called in the military to deal with the emu invasion. Armed with machine guns and a sense of duty, the soldiers were sent to the front lines of this unusual battle. The emus, however, proved to be more than a match for the military. These birds were fast, agile, and surprisingly resilient. The soldiers found it difficult to hit their targets, as the emus would scatter and regroup, evading capture and gunfire with ease.
We thought it would be a simple task. After all, how hard could it be to shoot a few birds? But the emus were smarter and faster than we anticipated. It was like they knew our every move.
Despite their best efforts, the military's campaign against the emus was largely unsuccessful. The emus continued to feast on the crops, seemingly undeterred by the soldiers' presence. The soldiers, on the other hand, were growing increasingly frustrated and demoralized. The emus' ability to outmaneuver the military became a source of embarrassment for the government. The press had a field day, dubbing the conflict the Great Emu War and highlighting the absurdity of the situation.
It was a logistical nightmare. The emus were everywhere, and our equipment wasn't suited for the terrain. We were outmatched by these birds at every turn.
The solution? Call in the military. The soldiers, equipped with machine guns, were tasked with eradicating the emu menace. However, the emus proved to be elusive adversaries. They were fast, agile, and seemed to have an uncanny ability to dodge bullets. The soldiers' efforts were in vain, and the emus continued to wreak havoc on the farmlands.
We tried everything. We set up ambushes, we chased them down, but nothing worked. The emus were always one step ahead of us.
And so the Great Emu War ended in defeat for Australia. The military eventually withdrew, having failed to curb the emu population. The farmers were left to fend for themselves, and the emus continued to roam the farmlands.